Let me start off by saying, I'm a big fan of Telltale's The Walking Dead. I've played every single entry in the series, from Seasons 1, 2, A New Frontier, and Michonne, and enjoyed every single series. So when Telltale announced Clementine would get one last hurrah, with one final season, you better believe I was excited. So, how does the first episode of this last season stand up to the rest? Well, stick around and find out.
Sometimes I don't know where this dirty road is taking me. Sometimes I don't know the reason why, so I guess I'll keep gambling, lots of moves and lots of rambling. Well, it's easier than just waiting around to die.
Just FYI, I won't be telling you any spoilers, so if you're looking for that, you'll have to look elsewhere. Link in the description below. The story begins with Clementine, voiced by the amazingly talented Melissa Hutchinson, and AJ, voiced by the equally talented Taylor Parks. As the two journey along a long-winded road, you eventually encounter your first obstacle in the game: hunger. They make a stop at a train station and search for food, water, and supplies, only to be met by a grenade hidden underneath the floorboards. The noise unsurprisingly catches the attention of the walkers nearby, and the two try to make a quick escape. In typical Walking Dead fashion, everything goes awry, and Clementine ends up unconscious. She later wakes up at a boarding school, run entirely by children, and it's here where AJ and Clem presumably meet the new group we'll be running around with this season. The story from then on is a rather slow burn, but one that will keep you intrigued the whole way through, up until the amazing twist ending. As for the characters, you'll be happy to know that the cast is filled with unique and colorful characters this time around. A huge step up from A New Frontier, whose characters, while likable, weren't all that memorable. To start off, Clementine and AJ's relationship is by far the most developed, and really a big payoff if you played Seasons 2 and A New Frontier. Even though this may be the first time we actually hear AJ carry a conversation with Clementine, the writing/banter between the two makes it feel as if we were witness to AJ's growth alongside Clementine. The writing in this game also makes it so that we care for AJ right away.
I don't like goofball. I'm too big for it.
Would you prefer shitbird?
No. That's mean. You're a shitbird.
I'm willing to bet that even players who haven't played previous entries in the series are likely to care for AJ and Clementine right off the bat, due to the writing, which actually hasn't been this good since Season 1. At least in my opinion. Anyhow, the boarding school consists of tons of interesting characters, but the core group is comprised of Marlon, Violet, Lewis, and Ten. Marlon is the leader of the boarding school, and for the most part is a confident, strong, funny, and cunning leader. Violet is sassy and reclusive, but is also very sweet once you get to know her. Violet is also a really fun character to be around, and I found myself caring for her more than the rest of the characters, excluding Clem and AJ of course. Anyway, Violet shares a strong bond with Ten, short for Tennessee, who is, by the way, also pretty shy, but his kind demeanor, artistic prowess, and existence as a foil to AJ makes him an extremely interesting character. Lewis is the fun, loving optimist of the group, and his silly behavior and approachable demeanor make him an instant favorite in my book. It should also be mentioned he's actually known Marlon the longest, and the two are best friends. The characters in the final season are a colorful bunch, and the episode's strong emphasis on developing these characters really was a strong move by Telltale. In comparison to Seasons 2 and A New Frontier, The characters are actually enjoyable to be around, and you want to learn more about them, their past, and their motivations. In fact, interest for a group hasn't been this intriguing since Season 1, so props to Telltale for delivering a great set of characters and a great story to boot. Now, although characters and story are at the forefront, gameplay doesn't take as much of a backseat as it used to. Telltale, over the years, has frequently updated their engine, but this may be the biggest departure from their engine yet. While the game is still full of QuickTime events, dialogue trees that lead to basically the same result, and difficult two-option decisions, long gone are the days of static cameras, slow movement, and an obscene amount of QuickTime events. The game boasts a stunning art style, and now features an over-the-shoulder camera. This makes the game feel more personal and honestly is the right step for Telltale, and hopefully their future games will follow suit. Along with the new third-person over-the-shoulder camera, comes the amazing ability to run! While not a new mechanic to video games in general, it is new for a Telltale game. And again, the right move to make, as older games were a bit slow when moving around the static corridors. In addition, this change to third person also brings a new combat system when encountering walkers. You now have the option to either stun walkers to deal with others, a great tool when handling groups at a time, or outright just being able to take one down. While this may be a glorified QTE, it is a welcome addition nonetheless. There's really no debate here. This game is actually more of a game than any other Telltale game before it, and good on Telltale for evolving. In short, Telltale's The Walking Dead, the final season, Episode 1, Done Running, is an incredible first entry to this episodic series. The story is incredibly engaging, the characters are complex and actually have personalities, and the gameplay is stellar for a point-and-click, story-driven game, and it's all wrapped up in one of the best art styles Telltale has ever delivered. Although this may be a bold claim, this first episode rivals Season 1's opening episode, and hopefully, the rest of the season will deliver as well. All that said, this episode gets an 8.9 out of 10.
Everybody dies. It's not really up to us anymore.
You don't understand. I'm trying to protect you!
The first person who taught me about survival was Lee.
What'd he teach you?
How to say goodbye.